regretful about what occurred.
A Spokane County woman pleaded guilty to assaulting a Spokane County Sheriff's deputy. We were inside the courtroom today when she learned her fate.
I was desperate while I was looking for someone to help me.
The Spokane Caregiver Conference provides resources and support. We'll share how you can access help.
Hot and sunny again tomorrow, but we have a big change in the works as we close out the week, and we're talking mountain snow.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We start with continuing coverage. A Spokane County woman pleaded guilty to multiple charges after she was arrested for assaulting a Spokane County Sheriff's deputy. KREM 2's Christian Garza was inside the courtroom today for her sentencing.
Well, it took less than an hour for a judge to sentence Gloria Endres to just over 2 years in prison for stabbing a Spokane County Sheriff's deputy in the neck.
In a Spokane County courtroom this morning,
I need to make sure you understand the rights that you're giving up and waiving by entering this plea.
the room stood silent as Gloria Endres pled guilty to stabbing a Spokane County deputy. According to court documents, back in August of last year, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office responded to Deer Park after Endres was seen running through people's yards by neighbors and trying to get into their houses.
The neighbor, she was trying to get in her house, and she's 70 years old, was going to let her in, and I just yelled, "Don't let her in, don't let her in."
A night Deer Park resident Lori Clark says neighbors still talk about today.
Yes, it was very traumatic. It still, is fresh in your mind even after that long ago. It's hard to trust people.
Documents say once deputies arrived, they tried to make contact with Endres. That's when she pepper sprayed a deputy and stabbed him with a large knife.
It shook us all up. We put doors and cameras up after that.
Endres is convicted of second-degree assault with a deadly weapon other than a firearm enhancement and second-degree assault, charges that add up to 26 months in prison since it's her first felony conviction. Now that she is officially sentenced after already serving over a year in prison, it's up to the courts to decide how much of that time counts towards this 26-month sentence. During the hearing, Endres, who also goes by the name Engel Immer, only answered the judge with yeses and nos until right before he gave her the final sentence.
I'm extremely regretful about what occurred, and I want to do everything I possibly can to live a bright future and do the right thing.
After she serves her time, Endres will still need to serve a year and a half in community custody. There, she will be required to meet with mental health professionals. In Spokane, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
Today, the teenage hit-and-run suspect on Spokane South Hill appeared in court. Defense attorneys asked for more time to review evidence. Spokane County officials set the new trial date for January 26th. The 17-year-old is accused of hitting and killing Chaz COO Sarah Doxey. Doxey was 48 years old and out on one of her regular runs with a friend. The teenager pleaded not guilty to charges of DUI and vehicular homicide. Police say that teen ran from the scene. They found him 2 miles away. The former Gonzaga baseball player accused of vandalizing the state capitol in Olympia now faces charges for that crime. 29-year-old Gunnar Schubert is charged with second-degree burglary and third-degree malicious mischief. He is accused of breaking into the Capitol building on Sunday with a hammer. You can see the security video right here. Officials estimate the damage caused about $750 worth of damage. The Washington State Patrol says the attack did not seem like it was politically motivated. They say it seems like Schubert was having a mental health crisis. All right, let's talk weather on this Wednesday with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legout. Jeremy, tough to beat the weather today. Absolutely beautiful. Made it difficult to come inside to work this afternoon.
Oh man, you're preaching to the choir. I was struggling. Might not even make it in the building tomorrow. It is so beautiful outside right now. We sit in the mid to low 70s depending on where you are, and it comes with tons of sunshine. Sure, we have a couple of clouds, but those are just those fair weather cumulus. Then you can just pick out your favorite shape of those cotton balls and say, oh, that one looks like a turtle. And then move on, because that's all you have to worry about today. Tonight, we do wind up cooling down quite a bit because we are clear overhead, but that clear sky that allows us to cool, also plays a role in what we wind up seeing tomorrow. Temperatures climb quickly as we add a southerly wind to it. Most of our moisture stays over on the west side, so we wind up sunny and even warmer. By Friday, we're talking a quick round of passing showers moving through, and that gives way to more widespread rain arriving later in the day on Saturday. So it's kind of a comes in waves even as the storm itself moves in situation. Tomorrow, though, 77 and mostly sunny before rain returns on Friday.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. We'll check back in with you later in the broadcast. The number of Americans caring for their loved ones is on the rise. A 2025 AARP study shows a 45% increase in family members, caregivers rather, over the last decade. KREM 2 Shannon Mowdy shows us how dozens of agencies are helping caregivers in our region.
More than 100 people spent their morning here at Spokane Valley Center Place for the annual Caregiver Conference. It's a way for those caregivers to get resources, expert advice, and connect with others in a similar situation. More and more Americans can relate.
Anxious, depressed.
To the feelings that may come with an unexpected role in life, the role of family caregiver, like Karen Miller.
10 years.
Caring for a spouse with Alzheimer's.
I became a real caregiver when my husband lost his vision, and he is completely blind, and that was a game changer.
It's her third time attending Frontier Behavioral Health's Caregiver Conference. She says the greatest takeaways from the annual event are connections with those in caregiving and new perspectives.
You know, it's easy to say, oh, this is a challenge, but it's harder to say my gain from it. So,
keynote speaker Dr. Aaron Blight from Virginia's Shenandoah University studies family caregiving and even had a home care business. But his start in this subject is personal.
So I was 29 and became a family caregiver for my mother-in-law. It was a building phase of our lives. We had small children. We were sandwich generation caregivers, which are now about 30% of the caregivers in America.
An unexpected role a growing number of Americans are taking on.
There are estimated to be 63 million family caregivers in the United States. That's about 1 in 4 adults.
Dr. Blight says caregivers should remember to care for themselves, including therapy.
Definitely don't try to go it alone. That's what I tried to do years ago, and it didn't work out so well. So there's definitely help available.
I was desperate while I was looking for someone to help me.
Miller credits Frontier Behavioral Health's caregiver support group.
I call it the wind beneath my wings.
You can find resources for caregivers, including the support group, at KREM.com. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Spokane Community College spent the day celebrating trade jobs and urging people to find out more about them. The trade program Discovery Day had a special emphasis on high school students, people changing careers, and those looking for a 2-year degree. Current instructors and students talked about their experience, and there were hands-on activities for those interested in finding out more about upcoming classes.
I say go into a trade because we're losing a lot of people in trades. And trades is one of the big things that our world built off of. If it wasn't for people in trades, our world wouldn't be how it is right now.
It says its goal is to help every person who wants to get into a trade find a pathway there. All right, coming up on KREM 2 News at 5 tonight, a Post Falls family deals with the aftermath of an awful motorcycle accident. Tonight, the family speaks out. Also tonight, we unveil the winning design for this year's Tom's Turkey Drive t-shirt contest. That announcement coming up in just 8 minutes.